What's going on, y'all? This is Rodney with Naftastic EDC, and I have a unboxing, but there is no box or no package. I got these yesterday and did not have time. I was really tired from a long day at work. We all know what that's like, right? And I come home, and after getting settled, I fell asleep. I got up. I didn't feel like filming the video. So, here we are tonight. Now, I should have waited, but I could not. I wanted to get into these and take a look at them, so I did open them up. So, but this is still sort of like a first impressions, even though I've had them in hand and the initial awe and ooh and all that is done with. I still want you to enjoy taking a look at these with me. So, we have two Twosun slip joints. One is the TS256 in M398, which is the first and I think only Twosun that has M398, and the TS221-UP, which the UP, according to an email from Twosun Knives, is that the blade has been updated. Did not tell me what was done, just said blade. So I'm sort of wondering, because I do not have the original and really can't compare to see what the difference is, the update is. So let's get into the 256 first. The 256 is a fairly small knife. It has nice contoured scales with some speed holes. They go all the way through the knife. Has a nice nail pull, and you can see the holes go through. That's sort of a nice aesthetic. Has a nice, even the blade as short as it is, has a nice sweeping belly and sort of a bird's beak with a nice nail pull. Nice walk and talk. Fairly stiff spring. If it were to close on you, unless you're trying to jab it into something, it's going to stop at that second half stop, so it's not going to close on you. That's a nice feature that a slip joint should have. The overall fit and finish on this is nice and smooth and flush. Everything feels great. Blade centering is nice. Aesthetically, it has contoured scales. Really clean looking lines. No pocket clip on this one, so this is just throw in the pocket or possibly put it in the slip. I like how this groove goes from shallow to deep, and then the holes. That's a nice piece. I know that on the 221 there's some holes in the blade. I think that would look good with the holes in the frame on this one. This is a night morning design, and again it's an M398. Feels really good in hand, and it's a 2-screw construction, the pivot and 1 screw in the rear. It has a very slight swell. I feel like it does, maybe not. It's it might not. Let's see, we're right at 786, 705, and that's measuring the forward thumb choil or finger choil. So we're right about a little around 3/4 of an inch, a little bit less. For thickness, we're at 466, just less than a 1/2 inch. And blade stock is 158 thousandths, so right at 4 millimeter. Feels fairly thin behind the edge. It's a full flat grind almost all the way up to this very top portion on the rear of the blade, and it's a full flat all the way at the tip. Blade thickness, get it right here if I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, about 23, 24 thousandths behind the edge. I'm getting 17 there. It's hard to measure on camera blade thickness, edge thickness. Overall, it feels really nice in hand. It's It's a tiny little booger. Still get plenty of grip. Feel secure. Closing is nice and uniform. Again, a little nice walk and talk. The close length, we're at 3 1/4. And open length, we're just a little bit shy of 6 inches. And for weight, .9 grams and 2.36 ounces. So even though it's small, it's still got a little bit of heft to it for its size. That's not bad. I'll leave that on for the other knife. The 256 in M398. From what I understand, M398 is supposed to be a step above M390. It's got some different characteristics, and it might not be the best in certain things, but from what I've read, it's a good steel. I'm guessing it's not as popular because this is the only Twosun I know that has it, and I haven't seen it in a lot of other knives at all. So it's a rare one. It's a steel that exists. It's out there. I've read about it. There's information on it, and it's very comparable to M390. But I don't know enough about it to really give any insight. Again, the Twosun TS256, a modern slip joint, done very well. Now we'll do the 221-UP. I'm slow tonight. Now I really like this knife. I've always liked it. This was a style that has been out a while, even though the number is a 221. This has been out for a brief period. It's actually disappeared and then come back. A nice feature of this knife is that it is good for right or left carry, with the pocket clip being reversible. It is a tip up only. It has some micro milling going in a slanted angle, probably about 30 degrees, 25 degrees, and it's the same on both sides. The same screw that holds the bolt up, the pocket clip on, holds the back frame together, and a single pivot at the front. It has this hole pattern as your nail pull, your finger pull. Very nice walk and talk on this one. It has a nice swell in the pommel here to where you can get a hold of it. See, pommel, hilt. Am I getting that right? One's hilt, one's pommel. Anyway, y'all let me know. Nice small finger choil to really grab a hold of this, and falls in my medium hands perfectly. Really good. Got a nice strong spring to it. It's not going to close under light normal use. This is got a high sheen satin grind, and this also is, well, not also, M390 and a jelly jerry design. Blade centering is right down the center, as always with most Twosuns. That's a given, even though there you do have, like with any knife company, you have some that are not always perfect. The one thing I would change on this knife is, even though this is a nice pocket clip that goes in pocket well, in slim pants, there's a lot hanging out over a 1/2 inch, and I'm not even going to try it on this side because I know it'll go, but it gets stuck about right. Well, let's do it. It's a bear to get in. It gets stuck about right there because they're just so thin. There ain't no room for it. And I'm tearing my patch up from taking knives in and out. What I would like to do is take this pocket clip off and just throw in a slip. I think that would be nice, and the slip would protect it. And also the 256 would go in a slip well, unless you just wanted to throw in your pocket and rummage around with your keys and whatever other things you have in there. I think a slip would be nice. It would keep the nice finish on this knife. I'm imagining the blade shape. Boy, listen to that walk and talk. I'm imagining the update is possibly this upward thumb ramp. So when you grab it here and here, it has a place for your thumb to ride. That might be what the update is. I'll have to look into it, maybe leave it in the comment section below if I can find out what the update is, or if one of you guys know, y'all can let me know. Really nice shape. The overall frame thickness is 477 thousandths, about the same as the other one, a little bit more. Same blade stock, right at 4mm. Behind the edge, we're getting about the same, about 24 thou, 20 thou, give or take. Feels nice and slicey. Like I said, this is more of a high satin ground finish, more polished than the 256 was. I really like the aesthetics of these speed holes. That might look nice on the other one. Like I said, I don't know, it might be too much. Fit and finish is very nice on this. There's no uneven or proud areas. I like the way they have this milled out to blend in with the speed holes in the front and the frame. Just an overall great knife. The weight on this one, well, let's do a blade length. Blade length, we're looking at about cutting edge about 2 3/4, and blade length is right around just a little bit shy of 4 inches, and overall length open is about 7 inches. So should be legal in a lot of areas. And for weight, looking at 3.5 ounces and 99.2 grams. So right at 4 ounces. And that's what I have for you tonight. The Twosun, for y'all Twosun knife nuts and nerds and fanatics and just knives in general. I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to take a look at my channel. I really do. I ask that if you're not a subscriber, if you think you might like the content on my channel, please subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm trying to grow. And if you get a chance, hit that thumbs up button or the thumbs down. Let me know if I could do anything to improve. I am trying some new things. And I'm trying to make this pretty for you before I leave. It's been a long day, y'all. This is Rodney with Mathtastic EDC with some fantastic Twosuns. I hope y'all keep that edge right. Y'all have a great night. God bless. Bye now.